From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good morning and happy Friday. We are tracking a whole bunch of wet weather out there for this morning. You can see this next band is starting to line up along the valleys. It's into the basin, and also, of course, it's impacting the foothills and the mountains. Snow levels around 5,000 feet for this morning. They're going to stay around 5,000 feet for today. Visibility isn't perfect this morning. We are seeing some patchy areas of fog in the foothills, also for the valleys and mountains. So in those areas, take it slow and use the low beams. Okay, temperatures are near 40 degrees in the valleys, low to mid 40s in the basin, also low to mid 40s in the foothills. So all of us are going to need a jacket as you're headed out the front door, but you would probably need a rain jacket in addition to that. Winds gusting between 15 to 20 miles per hour right now in the basin, but a little bit later today they could gust upwards of 40 miles per hour in the foothills. It's why we have a wind advisory that's in place there. I'll have more on that later in the show. So here's the bottom line for the forecast. Widespread wet weather for today. Snow levels dropping into Saturday and Sunday, so we could see some impacts to our Cascade passes. And overall, in the Thanksgiving week, we're going to turn drier and cooler. I'll talk about all this coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, an update on the man who was shot and killed in an uptown shopping center alleyway. Police saying they've made an arrest. And stakeholders at odds on whether lightening the caseload for public defenders would be a good thing or a bad thing. Emily Goodell has that report. Also ahead, President-elect Trump announces his new pick to serve as the U.S. Attorney General. This after former Congressman Matt Gaetz withdraws from consideration. We have all of your top stories. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Friday, November 22nd. Happy Friday. We're going to start your top stories off with a follow-up. This is on the man who was shot and killed on Saturday in the Uptown Shopping Center. The Richland Police Department has made an arrest. 28-year-old Isaiah Rodriguez has been arrested in the shooting death of 36-year-old Michael Perkins. Police say he was found in Portland, and the shooting happened November 16th around 4 a.m. in the alleyway of the shopping center, and investigators with the Street Crimes Unit and the Criminal Investigations Team went through surveillance video as well as talked to witnesses. During a press conference, RPD says they will do everything in their power to make sure Rodriguez stays in police custody. In continuing coverage this morning, stakeholders are at odds over the critical shortage of public defenders in Washington and whether a proposal before the state Supreme Court to lower caseloads will make the situation better or worse. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us this proposal is facing pushback from government and public safety leaders in eastern Washington.
The proposal would cut the number of felony cases public defenders are allowed to handle by 2/3 over the next 3 years and would require cities and counties to double or in some cases triple their spending on public defense, all without additional help from the state. Under the proposed caseload limits, Benton County commissioners say they would have to hire 100 more attorneys over the next 3 years. And Yakima County commissioners say they would need an additional $18.3 million by 2028 to fund new positions, which they don't believe they'll be able to fill quickly. Yakima County already facing a lawsuit filed by ACLU Washington over defendants having to wait weeks without representation due to the existing public defender shortage.
Yakima County Superior Court is very concerned that the proposed caseload standards will put our community even more behind in ensuring all accused persons are adequately represented.
Another concern, what the Benton County Office of Public Defense calls an artificial cap on prosecutions. The number of prosecutions dependent on having a public defender available. And if public defenders aren't able to handle as many cases, prosecutors will have to prioritize violent offenses, sending other charges down to lower courts or not being able to charge at all. But ACLU Washington says if the caseload doesn't go down, public defenders will keep leaving, and the situation will only get worse.
At the end of the day, the concerns that have been expressed about limited number of attorneys, that's all true. And that means even more, we have to retain the attorneys that are in the system and have ways to actually make it seem like a career that you could have in the long term. And I think these caseload standards are basically the only step on the way.
To address funding concerns, the Washington Office of Public Defense has recommended the Corps approve the new standards, but push the start date from July 2025 to January 2026 to allow them time to request a significant increase in state funding for city and county public defense services in the upcoming legislative session. There's no deadline for when the state Supreme Court has to make a decision on this issue, but they say they'll be meeting again on December 4th to further discuss the proposed caseload standards. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Now, it's the season of giving, and Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo is giving back to the Tri-Cities Cancer Center Foundation. For 16 years, the fair has been helping raise money for the center through their Tough Enough to Wear Pink Rodeo Day. The fair automatically donates $5,000 to the center for people attending the rodeo that day. But they also raise money throughout the year through donations, sponsors, and fundraising.
The really important part of our mission, a lot of people don't realize the fair is actually a nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. And so our mission is to give back to the community. And so when we can have a year where we get a lot of support for programs like this, we're just really happy to be able to give money back to the community and to help places like the Tri-City Cancer Center Foundation do the work that they do for the people that live here.
The fair and rodeo raised just under $12,000 this year to donate to the center, and a total of about $225,000 have been donated since this tradition first started. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the temperatures are only getting more frigid, and coming up we'll tell you which warming center recently opened up. But exactly how cold are we going to get today? Well, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will let us know in his first alert forecast. That is in just a few minutes.
The sale you've been waiting for is finally here. Black Friday is on now at Moore Furniture. Our showrooms are fully stocked with gorgeous furniture for every room in your home, all at massive Black Friday discounts. We've rolled back pricing in every department just in time for holiday entertaining. You'll find exactly what you need in stock, on sale, and ready for immediate delivery to your home. Black Friday starts this weekend at Moore Furniture, where everyone gets more for less.
The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Pick up a copy in store. All Ariat sweaters and hoodies are now $10 off. Wrangler Premium Performance Advanced Comfort Jeans are just $39.99. All Stanley feed pellets are 30% off. Find Cascade 50-pound bags of layer pellets for just $15.99. Plus, save on Purina Pro Plan bags of dog food. Store-wide savings are going on now at Cascade Farm and Outdoor.
Babe, the dishwasher is broken. How are we going to get it replaced before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance for our Black Friday Super Sale and experience unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. The lowest price ever for a Bosch dishwasher, only $3.99 after rebate. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Your lawn demands a lot out of you all summer long, but now you can demand a lot out of your equipment with the E-Force line from Echo. The max-out technology inside every Echo trimmer keeps it running so you can get the job done. And the long-lasting battery power that Echo provides will make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. So what are you waiting for? See the complete line of Echo E-Force products at Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland or online at libertylawnandsaw.com.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We still have this wind advisory that's in place for the Blue Foothills in Walla Walla and Umatilla counties. This runs until 3 p.m. this afternoon. Winds could gust upwards of 40 miles per hour. We'll continue to track this very closely. All right, now let's move on to the other side of the viewing area, up into the Cascades. Here are some of the pass reports. US 2 at Stevens Pass. It's snowy, it's slushy, traction tires are advised. I wish we had daylight for this image. This is a really pretty view during the daytime. Then for Snoqualmie Pass, I-90, it's slushy, traction tires are advised. And then finally for US Highway 12 at White Pass in Yakima County, packed snow, traction tires are required. We're expecting maybe another 6 to 8 inches of snow at White Pass over the next 48 hours. Here's your day planner for today for lower elevations, 30s and 40s by 8 this morning. Widespread wet weather. Could have a little bit of a midday lull, but still maybe some showers out and about. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s at this point, and then just straight 40s at 4 p.m. This is going to be around the time we see the arrival of that next round that we'll show you with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes. So for today, we'll have temperatures around 50 degrees for the most part, more like 40s and 50s, a little bit warmer in the foothills, but these highs will be about 5 degrees above average for this time of the year. Winds gusting out of the south and east between 25 to 40 miles per hour, with the fastest wind gusts being in the blue foothills, but also it'll be breezy in the blues and in the Cascades. And then for tonight, the winds calming down, overnight lows down into the 30s and 40s, more widespread wet weather at this point, and snow levels will be dropping. I'll tell you to which level coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, speaking of cold temperatures, the Yakima Nation's Cold Winter Weather Shelter is now open in the city of Toppenish, and this is for those that are homeless within the nation. The shelter is located on First Avenue, and it has 50 cots available. Officials say each person that's seeking assistance will get socks, a sleeping bag, and more depending on availability. A washer and dryer are in-house for staff to assist with laundry, and all attendees will be searched for drugs and weapons, as well as other prohibited materials. All are welcome to come, regardless of whether you're enrolled in the Yakima Nation Reservation and treaty territories. Also, another reminder to stay with us on our First Alert weather coverage, both on air and online for weather updates. We have local, regional, and national coverage so that you can plan before you head out the door. And it's all available at applevalleynewsnow.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Russia has launched a new kind of weapon into Ukraine, and Russian President Vladimir Putin says he's entitled to do so. With the details coming up in your national news.
It's Mattress Depot USA's November sales event.
Meaning no money down and no interest for up to 3 years on our best-selling mattresses.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Festive lights from the sky.
We've been putting up Christmas lights from the get-go. It's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of people that come by.
A holiday celebration on Fly the Northwest.
It's always a pleasure to see the cars driving by.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live is
Cher Maisie.
Terrific.
Cher comes to live.
Are we oversharing?
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The Kraken's in L.A. to face the Kings, Saturday at 12:30 on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are seeing just some widespread wet weather for this morning. There are some pockets of heavier rainfall, including this little patch right here that's in southeastern Yakima County. If this holds together, this could bring some much wetter stuff into the Tri-Cities. But snow levels around 5,000 feet for this morning. They'll stay pretty consistently at that level all throughout the day. So we'll go ahead and show you today with Futurecast. You'll notice a bit of a midday lull, but it is just a lull in the action because we'll see the return of another band of rain and snow and elevations above 5,000 feet, but this will arrive around 4, 5, 6 p.m. for tonight. This round looks like it's mostly going to be focused on the eastern half of our viewing area for the Blues in particular. And then for tonight, snow levels dropping down to around 3,500 feet. That could bear a little bit of relevance with this round that this model's picking up for the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains. But for the rest of the day on Saturday, I'm thinking that the bulk of the wet weather and the wintry weather is going to be up along the Cascades. Snow levels continue to be around 3,500 feet. I'll show you what some of those Cascade passes could look like here in a second. But here are some of the water totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Up to an inch in the Blue Foothills and Mountains, up to a half an inch for the Cascades Valleys and for the lower Columbia Basin. Like I mentioned, snow levels around 5,000 feet for today and then dropping down to 3,500 feet for tomorrow. So what does that mean? That means we could get anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow for 2 to 4 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass, Stevens Pass, and Blewett Pass, 6 to 8 inches for White Pass, and then less than an inch for Cabbage Hill and the Battle Mountain Summit, and probably 1 to 2 inches for Tollgate off of Oregon 204. And then we could have, a little bit more wet weather into Sunday, but not that much more, up to maybe another half inch in the Cascades, less than 1/10 of an inch of water for the Valleys, Basin, Foothills, and even for the Blue Mountains. And then in terms of additional snowfall totals, also not much doing into Sunday. We'll have another storm system into Monday and Tuesday. This one not looking too entirely impressive, and then overall will trend drier into Thanksgiving Day. Also will trend cooler. We could end up being about 5 degrees below average for Thanksgiving Day, struggling to make it out of the 30s in the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances linger Saturday through Tuesday, then we're drier and much cooler by next Wednesday and Thursday. In Yakima, wet Friday, mostly dry Saturday through Monday, then dry past Tuesday as highs slip into the 30s by Thanksgiving. Then for Ellensburg, the same cycle as Yakima. Small shower chances Saturday through Monday, dry past Tuesday, then turning colder for the holiday. For Hermiston, small chances of wet weather linger Saturday through Tuesday, then turning drier and cooler for the middle of next week. Then for Walla Walla, more wet weather likely Saturday, especially early. Mostly dry Sunday, maybe wetter Monday, then trending drier again.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, President-elect Donald Trump has named his new pick for U.S. Attorney General. He's chosen former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi to be the next one. Last night's announcement follows former Congressman Matt Gaetz' announcement withdrawing himself from consideration. In a statement, Trump says Bondi is smart and tough and that she will refocus the Justice Department. The announcement was met with strong support from several Republican senators on social media. Bondi was a member of Trump's legal team during the proceedings of his first impeachment. She finished her second term as Florida AG in 2019. And Gaetz was Trump's first choice, but there were concerns that he wouldn't be able to gather enough support for confirmation given the sexual misconduct allegations against him. Gaetz has denied the allegations, but he reacted to the Bondi announcement, saying in a social media post that it was a stellar selection. In more national news, Russian President Vladimir Putin is threatening the U.S. and Ukraine with a reminder that he's capable of launching nuclear weapons. The Pentagon confirms Russia has fired a new kind of medium-range ballistic missile into Ukraine, one that's capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Putin says the strike was retaliation after Ukraine used U.S. and British weapons inside Russia this week. In a video, Putin says he believes Russia is entitled to strike against countries that provide weapons to Ukraine that Ukraine in turn uses to attack Russia. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Black Friday sales are coming soon, but a new documentary is exposing popular stores and brands and stores of tactics they use to influence what you buy. Details are coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Save through Monday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including bonus zone savings on Element Smart TVs, Prime antifreeze coolant, and stovetop stuffing. Bi-Mart, saving our members more every day.
It's time to secure your RV for fall camping from your destination store in Pasco. Broadmoor RV Superstore is jam-packed with new 2025 models with all new floor plans, and they're all priced to sell. Our professionals can help you choose your RV for fall camping and take advantage of the great deals so you can be ready for next spring. Family owned and operated since its inception. Broadmoor RV, the #1 travel trailer dealer in Washington State. Broadmoor RV, your destination store in Pasco.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Turkey? Check. Cranberries. Stuffing? Pie? Check, check, check. Potatoes sweet and mashed? Check. Now what about that post-turkey nap? Don't worry. The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. Shop today and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Or get 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. The Black Friday Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Next ET, our Hawaii week wraps up in Honolulu at the Moana 2 premiere. Plus, the Beatles connection to the Aloha State, our exclusive with Ringo Starr.
We're like four brothers.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
A festive flight on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, this next story isn't just for fun, it's a pair of public service announcements.
David Daniel has news you can use for the upcoming Thanksgiving Day sales in the Hollywood Minute.
We were constantly developing new ways to get you to buy. Influencing your behavior in subtle ways that you'd never even realize. And every trick in the book is being used to hide what's really going on.
You may want to watch this before hitting those Black Friday sales. Veterans of Adidas, Apple, Amazon, and other top brands expose the strategies and tactics of keeping customers coming back in Buy Now, This Shopping Conspiracy. The documentary is now streaming on Netflix.
Who's ready for Santa?
And if you're looking to watch Dear Santa in the days ahead, be careful. This Dear Santa is season 2 of a docuseries about the U.S. Postal Service's Operation Santa and its elves that make young letter writers' Christmas wishes come true. It debuts on ABC-owned stations on Sunday and on Hulu November 29th. Meanwhile, a boy with spelling issues unwittingly summons Jack Black as Satan in the Farrelly Brothers movie Dear Santa, which debuts on Paramount Plus Monday.
By the way, after you make your wishes, I'm taking your soul.
Naughty or nice, the choice is yours. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I love Jack Black. Oh my goodness, I didn't know he was in an upcoming movie. I'm so excited. I'm definitely watching that the day it starts streaming.
I'd love to hear like a Tenacious D Christmas album. I'm sure maybe something like that exists.
The best Santa in the world.
Exactly.
Great song. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, Thanksgiving is fast approaching, and while you may be worried about dinner preparations or traveling, some of you may be worried about politics ruining your Thanksgiving. And coming up, we go over tips from a psychiatrist on what to do if you're seeing loved ones that you don't see eye to eye with politically.
Celebrate the season at Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend, December 6th through the 8th. Enjoy wine straight from the barrel, festive markets, charming shops, and the dazzling parade of lights. It's the perfect holiday weekend for the whole family. Visit Walla Walla December 6th through the 8th and taste the season.
Only in college football.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now, save big at Meredith Furniture. Buy one recliner and get the second one free. With recliners on sale as low as $5.99 and the second one free. Choose from many different styles and colors. Come into the store for more details. Prices like this won't last forever. Relax in comfort with not just one, but 2 recliners. That's right. You don't want to miss this buy one, get one free event at Meredith Furniture while supplies last. Meredith Furniture on South First and Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
In a world where every customer wins, only one event will completely change the vehicle shopping experience for Eastern Washington. The competition is fierce, but the rewards are all yours. Because when we push the limits, you drive away with more. This is an all-out battle for sales supremacy as all McCurley locations compete to provide you with the best deal, the best experience, the vehicle you've been waiting for. Will you find your way home? Hurry in today and save big before the countdown ends.
Get special 0% financing on a new Chevrolet during the final year-end countdown from McCurley Chevrolet.
Celebrate the season at Walla Walla's Holiday Barrel Weekend, December 6th through the 8th. Enjoy wine straight from the barrel, festive markets, charming shops, and the dazzling parade of lights. It's the perfect holiday weekend for the whole family. Visit Walla Walla December 6th through the 8th and taste the season.
Baltimore battles the LA Chargers on Monday Night Football. Apple Valley News Now. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it is very, very cold in here, out there, everywhere.
It's like Dr. Seuss is sitting up here at the
I am Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah? That's a weird reveal. Well,
You've never seen Dr. Seuss and I in the same room, right?
That's true. That's true. Also, he passed away, so rest in peace. All right, well, yes, it is cold in here, just for the record, and it's cold out there, too. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of those temperatures. We are near 40 degrees in the valleys. We're in the mid-40s in the basin, low to mid-40s in the foothills, so all of us need a jacket as you're headed out the front door, and you might need a rain jacket, too. More on that in a second. Hey, look at this. Wind gusts starting to pick up now for the foothills. We were anticipating this, now gusting upwards of 25 miles per hour in Pendleton. I'm sure that's eventually going to follow suit in Walla Walla as well, as there is a wind advisory in place until 3 p.m. this afternoon, and some of those winds could gust upwards of 40 miles per hour. Visibility isn't perfect this morning. We are seeing some reductions in the foothills, also in the valleys and in the mountains, so in those areas, take it slow on the roadways and use the low beams. Here's that widespread wet weather that we've been tracking all morning. A pretty heavy little batch right here in the southern portion of the Yakima Valley. So in the lower valley, maybe we would start to see some heavier rainfall there. But snow levels this morning around 5,000 feet. They're going to stay around 5,000 feet throughout the rest of today. We get this little midday lull in the Tri-Cities, but then that second round impacting us into the afternoon and evening. So for today, gray, damp, and cool, also breezy and windy. I'll take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Making a difference this morning, a new community program kicks off today with the goal of bringing community members in a safe space for healing. The program is called Re-Up, and it's designed to unpack hardships for people, and this includes everything from trauma to the war on drugs. Limitless Restoration Church and the Urban Poets Society, along with other partners, teamed up to host what's called affinity groups. It's a place to offer support and coping skills.
Urban Poets Society has a center of healing, and we have a center of social justice, and we really want to be able to provide those safe spaces in everything that we do. And Restoration Market has a love for community and providing resources to the community. So in a lot of ways, those two topics converge perfectly.
The first get-together happens this Friday, and it's just a meet and greet, so that's today, and it's to understand what this mission is. Tomorrow on Saturday, the first affinity group will focus on the topics of rest, resilience, and resistance, and also moving forward with uncertainty. Now, the owner of Storytime Bookshop was given a proclamation by Kennewick's pro temp mayor during a ribbon cutting to celebrate the official opening of the bookshop. Now, the owner says she's excited that her small business is now open to the public, and her shop includes a photo shoot corner for people to have family fun or even professional photos taken. She says her bookstore also goes beyond just reading.
Not only storybooks, but also curriculum for homeschool families and classes for those who are looking for daytime programs or free story times, as well as after-school crafternoons for those who need a little bit of time before they get home after school.
If you are unable to make it to this event, starting in January, the bookstore will start having book signing events of local and regional authors. Check this out now. So it's hard to believe that we're just 1 week away from Thanksgiving, and every 4 years, Thanksgiving comes just weeks after the presidential election. Some people may be feeling stressed out and worried about gathering with people who may have voted differently. But Mandy Gaither has tips from a psychiatrist on how to stop politics from ruining Thanksgiving.
U.S. voters have spoken, and whether your candidate won or not, the holidays are happening.
If you know that there are differences amongst family members or you're worried about these tough conversations coming up, I think it's really important to be able to have a conversation in advance.
Psychiatrist Dr. Nicole Tarui with El Camino Health says after an emotional election, Americans need quality time with loved ones. So she says not to let politics stop you from getting together.
There's a deep brain structure called the amygdala that's responsible for fear and anxiety. When the amygdala is operating, we're often flooded with really intense emotions, and it's very hard to have productive and calm conversations.
That's why Tarui says to set expectations before the gathering, decide which topics are off limits, and focus on the holiday, not on politics.
If we can really set the intention that the holidays are really about that, it can make a very big difference.
Sometimes it can be hard to steer clear of big topics, so Tarui says not to avoid tough conversations. Instead, remember your shared values and consider listening. It may deepen your understanding of a loved one's beliefs. And if things get too contentious, it's okay to take a break.
I really recommend having just a one-liner to be able to diffuse these difficult conversations if it gets to a contentious point. An example of something you might be able to say is, I really respect your opinion on this matter, and we're going to have to agree to disagree.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, if you find that you need a break from a tough conversation, the psychiatrist suggests deep breathing or even going for a walk outdoors. And she also says to remember you're not always going to see eye to eye with loved ones, and you can't control other people's opinions. You can only control how you respond to those differences. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Seattle Kraken is on kind of a hot streak, and I say kind of because although the team is scoring goals, they're also preventing them. But one player is a big factor in why the team has won 5 out of their 6 home games. Dan Hansen has this week's Kraken Profile of the Week, and that's after the break.
The Kraken's in L.A. to face the Kings, Saturday at 12:30 on MeTV.
During the Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Check out special purchases while they last, or get 60 months no interest. The Black Friday super sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Tonight.
911, what's your emergency? Sounds good.
And then the line goes silent.
All new 2020.
At what point do you realize I might be dealing with a serial killer?
Whatever he did, I'm going to get it.
2020, tonight on ABC.
The holiday season is in full swing at Shelby's Floral. We invite you to celebrate the harvest of Thanksgiving and the joys of Christmas. Step into a wondrous world filled with autumn's rich colors and the magic of the holiday season. Discover beautiful holiday decor, seasonal centerpieces, and gifts that capture the spirit of giving. Be inspired for the beautiful holiday season around every corner. Come feel the joy at Shelby's Floral in our new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
It's the Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take $100 off our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The Black Friday super sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Festive lights from the sky.
We've been putting up Christmas lights from the get-go. It's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of people that come by.
A holiday celebration on Fly the Northwest.
It's always a pleasure to see the cars driving by.
Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next live is
Cher Maisie.
Terrific! Cher comes to live.
Are we oversharing?
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a bit of a tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County. These high temperatures only in the 40s. Snow levels today mostly around 5,000 feet, so this should mostly stay above the pass level at Snoqualmie Pass. Winds gusting out of the east and southeast upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour, mostly for the Cascades, though. Then in the Yakima Valley, light winds overall. We're going to end up having high temperatures in the upper 40s. And by the way, probably some heavy rainfall right now in Sunnyside, Grandview, and in Mapton. We'll show you the radar again coming up in a few minutes. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, light winds overall, high temperatures in the low to mid 50s, 53 in Umatilla, 50 for Boardman, 50 degrees in Benton City. And then in the foothills of the Blues, a little bit warmer here as we'll get up into the upper 50s to low 60s. This is definitely where we're going to see the fastest wind gusts for today, gusting out of the south and east upwards of 40 miles per hour. And there is that wind advisory that's in place for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and that runs until 3 p.m. this afternoon. Okay, now let's take a little bit of a retrospective look back at that Tuesday-Wednesday storm system, the bomb cyclone, if you will. We saw 15% improvements in the Kittitas Valley, about 55% improvements in the Yakima Valley, flipping that to a surplus, expanding our surplus in the Tri-Cities, a very subtle flip to a surplus in Hermiston, and we still have a long way to go in Walla Walla. But I'll show you some of the rainfall and snowfall we're expecting over the next 48 hours coming up in a few minutes.
The Seattle Kraken is on a bit of a hot streak, at least at home. The team is scoring goals, but at the same time preventing them. Kraken goalie Joey Daccord is a big reason the team won 5 out of their last 6 games at home. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has this week's Kraken player profile of the week.
Throughout this homestand, he's been out, not able to go, and Joey's had the net for 4 of those games, the first 4 games, and played extremely well.
Daccord notched his first shutout of the season against the Nashville Predators. He saved 24 shots in the game. Head coach Dan Bylsma says in the game against the New York Islanders, he was disappointed Daccord didn't get the shutout. However, he says Daccord's first shutout of the season just shows how valuable he is to this team.
The Boston game really for me was probably Joey's best game where he was challenged a lot, and especially in the first period was challenged a lot, and it was outstanding for us.
In the games Daccord started for the Kraken this year, the team is 9-3-1, which ties him for 4th best in the league. Daccord played for Seattle's AHL affiliate, the Coachella Valley Firebirds, and set a win-loss record of 26-8-3 before signing a 2-year contract with the Kraken in 2023. Daccord holds the record for the first goalie to record a shutout in the Winter Classic. In the last 4 games at home, the Kraken are outscoring their opponents 18-8 with Daccord between the pipes.
Daccord and the Kraken travel to LA for a matchup with the Kings this Saturday, and we'll have that game on our MeTV channel beginning at 12:30. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the DEA is temporarily halting the random searches they conduct on travelers passing through airports. The Department of Justice ordered this pause after a report reveals some incriminating practices some agents were doing. We have what exactly they were doing, plus more of your top stories in the morning sprint. But first, Josh will have your full weather forecast.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Save through Monday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. See the savings online or pick up a copy in-store. Save on Sterilite storage boxes and totes up to $4 off. Audubon 14-pound bags of wild bird food are just $14.99. Save $100 on Avanti's 10 cubic foot chest freezer. Plus save in our bonus zone with great savings on Aroma roaster ovens and stovetop stuffing. Members save more with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
And now a joke from Yoke's Fresh Market.
What type of key can't open any doors? A turkey.
Unwrap smoother skin this season with Curve Appeal. Imagine flawless, touchable skin with pain-free laser hair removal using our new Splendor X machine. Right now, sessions starting as low as $60. Only 6 sessions needed. Don't wait. It's the perfect treat for yourself or someone special. And for the holidays, give the gift of confidence and beauty with our Curve Appeal gift certificates. Book now and let us bring out your holiday glow with Splendor X. CurveAppealTC.com.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Have we got a Saturday afternoon face-off for you? The Kraken head to LA for a duel with the Kings. Can they knock them off their thrones? Kraken, Kings, pregame at 12:30, Saturday on MeTV. A festive flight on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to track this widespread area of rainfall and snowfall this morning in elevations above 5,000 feet. But I wanted to focus in on this little area right here that's nestled in between the Tri-Cities and Yakima. It's probably raining pretty heavily right now in Sunnyside to the north of Mapton. This is all crossing I-82, and if this holds together, this would impact the Hanford side. Let's show you what happens for the rest of today with Futurecast. We'll get into this little midday lull around lunchtime, but that is going to be very short-lived as we'll have this secondary band of rain and some snowfall arriving around 4, 5, 6 p.m. Now, at this point, snow levels still around 5,000 feet, but they'll be dropping down to 3,500 feet overnight. And then into Saturday morning, this iteration of Futurecast showing another little complex of showers working through the blues. But really after 8 a.m., most of the action is going to be focused along the Cascade Ranges and the Cascade Passes. And I'll show you how those are going to be impacted coming up in a minute. But just know that snow levels are going to stay at around 3,500 feet for tomorrow. Here's some of the water totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, up to an inch for the Blue Foothills and Mountains, but probably no more than half an inch for the Cascades Valleys or for the Lower Columbia Basin. Again, snow levels around 5,000 feet for today, dropping off to 3,500 feet for tomorrow. What does that mean? That means we're expecting 2 to 4 inches for Snoqualmie Pass, Stevens Pass, and Blewett Pass, 6 to 8 inches for White Pass, probably less than an inch for Cabbage Hill and the Battle Mountain Summit, and then 1 to 2 inches for Tollgate off of Oregon 204. So the biggest impacts continue to be off of U.S. Highway 12 in Yakima County. We'll have a little bit more rainfall into Sunday, not that much more though, probably less than 1/10 of an inch for the Valleys, Basin, Foothills, and Blues, maybe between 1/4 to 1/2 an inch for the Cascades, and we're not expecting that much additional snowfall as well. There's going to be another storm system into Monday and Tuesday. The snowfall and rainfall output from that one not looking that impressive. Overall trending drier into Thanksgiving, also trending cooler. We could be about 5 degrees below average for Thanksgiving Day, struggling to make it out of the 30s in the Tri-Cities. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances linger Saturday through Tuesday, then we're drier and much cooler by next Wednesday and Thursday. In Yakima, wet Friday, mostly dry Saturday through Monday, then dry past Tuesday as highs slip into the 30s by Thanksgiving. In Ellensburg, it's going to be the same cycle as Yakima. Small shower chances Saturday through Monday, dry past Tuesday, then turning colder for the holiday. In Hermiston, small chances of wet weather linger Saturday through Tuesday, then turning drier and cooler for the middle of next week. Then for Walla Walla, more wet weather likely Saturday, especially early, mostly dry Sunday, maybe wetter Monday, then trending drier again. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we're going inside the holiday phenomenon that is a Philly special Christmas party.
We have, Stevie Nicks is on it this year. Boyz II Men is on it this year. We have Mountjoy is on it.
GMA catching up with Jason Kelce and his former Philadelphia Eagles teammates, Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata.
We started this 3 years ago to really try and brighten people's times during the holidays.
Getting a group of people together to sing songs about Christmas, to raise funds for children in Philly. That's probably the most special part about it.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more with Jason, the Philadelphia Eagles, and some of the guest artists on the album. Their touchdown-worthy holiday classic. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lori Bergamatto, ABC News, New York.
Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be seeing this. Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be seeing this. Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be using this. Particle 6-in-1 Face Cream for Men, the first of its kind anti-aging cream designed specifically for men. Fights eye bags, dark spots, and wrinkles. Visit ParticleMen.com and use the promo code on your screen to receive 25% off your entire order. Plus, we've got free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. www.ParticleMen.com. Because seeing is believing.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:49. It's time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. The free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA form, is finally open. This is for students seeking college financial aid for the 2025 to 2026 school year, and it officially opened yesterday. It's typically opened on October 1st, but the Department of Education delayed the release after issues from last year's release, which came after they made big changes to the form. The Senate and the House of Representatives passed a bill earlier this week, and if signed into law, it will require the DOE to open the form on October 1st each year going forward. President-elect Donald Trump has tapped former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi as his pick to become the next U.S. Attorney General. The announcement comes just hours after former Congressman Matt Gaetz removed himself from consideration. Bondi was a member of Trump's legal team during the proceedings of his first impeachment. She finished her second term as Florida's AG in 2019. In a social media post, Gaetz called Bondi a, quote, stellar selection. Russian President Vladimir Putin is threatening the U.S. and Ukraine with a reminder that he's capable of launching nuclear weapons. And the Pentagon confirms Russia has fired a new kind of medium-range ballistic missile into Ukraine, one that's capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Putin says this was retaliation after Ukraine used U.S. and British weapons against Russia. In a video, Putin says he believes Russia is entitled to strike against countries that provide weapons to Ukraine, and that Ukraine in turn uses to attack Russia. In your business news, Meta says it's removed 2 million scam accounts. These are accounts linked to scam centers in Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, the United Arab Emirates, and the Philippines. The scammers pose as fake people, target victims, build the victims' trust, and then they manipulate them into sending money, typically cryptocurrency. Scam centers exploded in Asia during the COVID-19 pandemic, and a report from an independent research organization created by Congress says 300,000 people overseas are forced to work as criminals in scam operations under the threat of physical abuse. Random drug searches of passengers at airports will be halted for now, this as the Drug Enforcement Administration goes through an internal investigation. The Department of Justice ordered this halt after a report found that DEA agents could be violating constitutional rights when conducting searches. It found agents had not been trained on how to do searches, and the report says some passengers who refused the search ended up having to wait for a search warrant and missed their flight. Also, if agents found cash in the bags, they seized it through civil forfeiture. The DEA has declined to comment. In your sports news this morning, the Tri-City Americans snapped their 12-game winning streak, losing their first 2 games to Prince Albert and Saskatoon. The boys got back on track, winning their next 2. The Amps have scored 11 goals in the first 5 games of the road trip, and they've also given up 11 goals to the opposition. They have 2 more games on the road before returning home November 30th for a matchup against Wenatchee. Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge are MLB's most valuable players for the year. The LA Dodgers' Ohtani was a unanimous selection as National League MVP by the Baseball Writers Association of America. It's his 3rd MVP award, and Judge was also a unanimous pick as the American League MVP, winning the award for a 2nd time. And recently, Judge and Ohtani faced off in this year's World Series, which the Dodgers won. Now we go to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. Starting off, the Richland Police Department has made an arrest in a homicide that happened Saturday. 28-year-old Isaiah Rodriguez has been arrested in the shooting death of 36-year-old Michael Perkins. Police say he was found in Portland, and the shooting happened around 4 a.m. in an alleyway of the Uptown Shopping Center. Now, to see our previous coverage on the story, head to our website. Scout Clean Energy has signed the site certification agreement for the Horse Heaven Clean Energy Center. This comes after Governor Inslee's approval last month, and the signing allows SCE to continue moving towards the construction of the clean energy project that's set to take place along Horse Heaven Hills south of Kennewick. The company is planning to build wind turbines along 24 miles of the property, and you can also find previous coverage on our website for this. Construction is beginning for a new Japanese restaurant in the area. There will be a groundbreaking today at 10 a.m. at Vista Field, and this is to celebrate. Port of Kennewick officials will be there along with members of the Benton County Board of Commissioners. There will be refreshments, and you can take a look at the new Vista Field developments. Award-winning actor Adam Beach will be at Heritage University in Toppenish today. He's set to share stories with students and the community about his trials and achievements of being an Indigenous First Nations actor. It starts at 11 a.m. and lunch will be provided. It's free and open to the public, but seating is limited, so get there early. It's also National Adoption Day. There are currently more than 1,000 children in foster care in the state. And today the public is invited to help celebrate adoption at the Benton County Justice Center. The celebration starts at 3 p.m. All right, trending this morning. So nothing in life is free, right? But what if you could pay for things through dancing?
I think it would be a better society. Well, that's what one coffee shop is doing. Coffee Milano in Massachusetts is telling customers that if they dance in the store for 5 seconds, they can get a free coffee.
I'd be getting free coffee every day. Well, plenty of them have been doing just that, even going viral with their dance moves. One of the videos has 3 million views. Look at everybody dancing.
There we go, there we go.
Okay,
the owner says, okay, that's not just casual dancing.
I wouldn't be dancing like that. Mine would be really bad.
The owner says plans to do this only once a month, posting an Easter egg on social media as to when it will happen.
Ooh, that's
and
fun.
He'll simply write, dance party tomorrow. I'd be down.
So the idea was inspired by another small business, a pizza shop using social media to their advantage.
But he says he had no idea that it would take off on social media. His hope is that it brings joy to people who need it the most.
All right, Josh, what would be your dance move if you are trying to get a free coffee?
So I would do the Cotton Eye Joe. I can't do, that's a lot of leg movements, but it's like, I don't
know, I guess I'd do like a little something like this.
This is the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, we got a sprinkler.
Sprinkler.
There we go.
Yep.
I think my go-to one is always like a hand in the air.
Sure.
And it's just easy. It makes it look like, you know, I don't know. I don't really
Bottom
dance.
line, if we were in Massachusetts, we'd be getting free coffee.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and show you what it's looking like out the door in our neck of the woods. Look at I want you to take a look at that little red bullseye in the center of the map, right by Hanford. That is an area of some very heavy rainfall this morning that has pivoted through southeastern Yakima County. Now it's tracking across northern Benton County. So that is, again, it's at the very least some moderately heavy rainfall. We're also tracking some reductions in visibility in the Blue Foothills up towards the Hanford side, up in the Cascades. So in those areas, take it slow on the roadways and use the low beams. Temperatures around 40 degrees in the valleys, a little bit warmer in the basin and foothills, not by much though. The winds were starting to pick up for the foothills. Just keep in mind that there's that wind advisory still in place until 3 p.m. So for today, it's going to be cool, it's going to be gray, it's going to be damp, it's going to be breezy and windy, but we do trend drier overall into this weekend.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.